This is Dr. Martin's supplemental lecture on birds. I'm going to be talking about chapter 26, and this is actually section 2. The defining characteristics of this group are, of course, the presence of feathers, the four limbs are adapted to become wings. These are actually now endothermic organisms, so they can regulate their own body temperature. They are amniotes. They have amniotic egg, and that's probably, and of course they're vertebrates. Okay, remember that the class is called Aves. There are approximately 10,000 species worldwide. Within North America, there is about 900 species. So this is North America, this is in the world. Okay, in addition, we'll add another. Birds exhibit a number of adaptations to flight. So we're going to talk about some features of the birds that are those kinds of adaptations. So here we go. Okay, number one, if we look at the circulatory system, we now have a 4-chambered heart, which means that we have 2 circuits of blood flow. So first one is called the pulmonary circuit, and this would be from the heart to the lungs, back to the heart. The second circuit of blood flow is called the systemic circuit, and this is going to be from the heart to the other organs of the body and back to the heart. One of the characteristics of this system is that it can support a high metabolism. In other words, it can deliver oxygen very efficiently to flight muscles and other organs in the body. Okay, a couple of other adaptations for flight. This will be number 2. The skeletal system. The bones are very lightweight. They have a lot of air spaces in the bone, so it doesn't weigh the animal down. Third important adaptation is in the respiratory system. birds have a set of lungs, plus they have numerous elastic sacs, if you will, that have tubes that lead from the lungs to these sacs, and they're called air sacs. So air is actually able to flow from the lungs to the air sacs, and then can return in a separate set of tubes back to the lungs, which is actually more efficient than what we have. So this is able to, again, to support a high level of metabolism, and in addition, it decreases body weight. Okay, another characteristic, we're on number 4. The digestive system. Birds lack teeth, and instead they substitute an organ called the gizzard, which is a very muscular structure, often contains small grit or small stones, and function is to grind food, such as seeds. All right, so it's number 4. Let's go on to number 5, the excretory system, also sometimes called the urinary system. Birds lack a bladder. So there's no urinary bladder. They don't have to carry that extra weight with them. They have instead a common exit for waste material, as well as reproductive and digestive wastes. If we look at reproduction, if we're trying to reduce the total weight of the organism, females only have 1 ovary rather than 2. And number 7, the forelimbs are now adapted to become wings, and the body is covered with feathers, which are also very lightweight. So they can provide insulation as well as contribute to aerodynamics. All right, one more characteristic, well, actually 2 more. Vision. Birds have actually very acute vision. They do see colors, and they again are able to see quite some distance, very sharp images. Number 9, behavior. Birds exhibit rather complex behaviors. Certainly courting or courtship behaviors, and nest building, and so on. All right, let's take a look at the origin of birds and what evidence we have for that. To the best of the scientific knowledge at present, birds actually evolved from a group of dinosaurs. We certainly have many fossils of feathered dinosaurs. Within the last 20 years or 30 years, there's been lots of fossils found in China that support the evolution of birds from the dinosaurs. Perhaps the earliest known bird fossil that we have is a fossil called Archaeopteryx, and this is essentially a feathered reptile. This particular fossil is about 160 million years old. It was discovered in 1861, so our fossil record for birds goes back many years. The interesting thing about Archaeopteryx is it does show some bird-like features, but it also has